I talked about Anthony Richardson in a video a while back, and the problems with AR's game have only gotten worse. And by only gotten worse, I mean gotten worse by 1,000 fucking times. 1,000,000 fucking times. 1,000,000,000 times. He has shown no capability of being a starting NFL quarterback. And with a veteran who has won a Super Bowl like Joe Flacco riding the pine, sitting on the damn bench, what are you even doing if you're Indianapolis? Why is Flacco on the bench? He needs to be in the game because that's the guy that AR can learn from and be able to succeed from once Flacco is gone from Indianapolis or retires from the NFL. He can learn from Flacco, learn how to play at an NFL speed, and learn how to play like an NFL quarterback. But instead you throw Richardson to the fire, and we're seeing the results. Yeah, it was close, but it wasn't close because Richardson played good. He had maybe 2 good throws the entire game. And his only real good trait is he can throw the ball really far down the field. And he can run. He has good running ability. But from what I saw today, I don't think anything that I saw today would indicate this guy can play quarterback in the NFL. I mean, maybe as a Taysom Hill gadget guy. And I was a believer in AR. I wanted to believe because he had the upside, but I'm not seeing anything. Like, at this point, you would at least see flashes. No tell me that a deep throw is a flash. Because you give a quarterback enough time, he's going to throw the football deep. So it's not a flash. Anyone can fucking do it. Yes, he makes pretty tight window throws. Yes, okay? I will admit, he makes some nice looking throws. But you've got to be consistent as a quarterback. And is Anthony Richardson consistent? No, he has a completion percentage of 30-something. 30-something. That wouldn't be acceptable in the 1950s. In 1950, that would be considered horrible. So where are we at right now with Anthony Richardson? We're at the stage where, a lot of Colts fans are saying, don't give up on him. He's still so young and a lot of upside. And the other half are split. And they're talking to themselves about, okay, we need to put Flacco in the game. Now, where do I stand? You need to put Flacco in the game. Obviously, duh. That's the obvious thing because if you give him the Aaron Rodgers treatment, who, by the way, Aaron Rodgers is a loser and he fucking sucks. Most overrated quarterback of all time. I'm not even a top 50 player of all time in the NFL, so fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. You're a pussy. You deserve every loss you get. You're a bum. You'll never be the tenth of what Tom Brady was. You're a loser. Anyways, back to Richardson. Give him sort of the Rodgers love treatment and watch him grow and watch him flourish in the NFL, learning under Joe Flacco, who, is a former world champion, a former Super Bowl champion, and, has had his moments of brilliance in the NFL, who still can play. He still can start. He's still a starting caliber quarterback in the league. At 39, he's almost 40 years old, and he still can play in the NFL. What does that tell you? He needs to be in the fucking game. Put his ass in the game right now. Bench Richardson for his own good because you're going to kill his confidence. He will have a shattered confidence. He will be crushed because there's no way he's confident in his abilities. He's got to be thinking to himself in the back of his own mind, I can't play in this league. I can't play in the NFL. It's too fast for me. I can't process. I can't throw. I can't handle pressure. I'm not accurate. That's what he's thinking in the back of his mind because quarterbacks get their confidence very easily destroyed when they're being mismanaged. And Richardson is being mismanaged so fucking bad that I would say it's funny, but there's nothing funny about it. This is just sad at this point. This is the state of affairs of the Colts right now. They really should have a chance at making the playoffs. But if you keep starting Anthony Richardson against these really good defenses like Houston, you're not going to A, win games, and B, you're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to make the playoffs with Anthony Richardson as a starting quarterback. And you have to know that in the back of your mind, that you have really no realistic shot at making the playoffs with Richardson. So why don't you put Flacco in? These guys in the NFL, they play to win. They get paid to win games. They don't get paid to watch a shitty young quarterback overthrow them or not look their way, especially the wide receivers. I know there were some drops today. I understand that. But there's more to it than, they had 4 drops today or whatever the fuck they had. There's more to quarterbacking than, okay, his guy dropped the ball. There's more to that. Way more to that. So what? Drops are a thing. Everyone fucking knows that. Everyone understands. Everyone with a brain realizes that wide receivers at any time can drop a pass. But what if the quarterback sucks? And he still gets the benefit of the doubt because, they dropped the pass. Anthony Richardson right now sucks. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. He's horrible. And he needs to be benched. I've been saying this. You could look back on my fucking other video about Richardson earlier in the season and realize that I've been saying this. This is needed. You need to make the call if you're the Colts. Make the change now. Make the change immediately. This is awful because this team realistically has a shot at the playoffs if they can just put Flacco in the game and let him do what he does. Let him flourish. Let him succeed. And then let him teach Richardson the ins and outs of playing quarterback in the NFL. And let him learn under Flacco. And then next year, you can see the end result, if it worked or not. If it doesn't work, move on. You wasted a draft pick. He's a bust. But now you're proving to people who called him a bust before he was even picked correct. Because the guy cannot fucking play in the NFL right now. Bench him. He looks like Taysom Hill. He looks like he could be a gadget player. Maybe his ceiling is gadget player. Because he will have no confidence as a quarterback if he continues to start for this team. And the Colts are killing any chance they have of making the playoffs. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.